Welcome to what I call the Infinite Stupidity. Yeah, so they didn't know what to do with me after they got me out of being president, but I was still a church leader guy. They have a name for it. I'm not going to use it because it ties me directly to the church, but I was still one of those, but I also wasn't a member of the church, so I was the most Bobby thing I could be. All the power, none of the responsibility. Which is funny because that's kind of what these guys want. And the malignant narcissists who are the church leaders begin talking to me nightly on the phones. They start trying to convince me. You gotta remember, I have a completely destroyed brain. Like, Stu stole my license at one point so he could buy that black car. But, like, I have a completely destroyed brain. It's full of cadmium, lead, manganese, and every other fucking heavy metal, so I'm moderately retarded. I have freakouts and psychotic rages. And then these idiots, I think this is all a setup. I don't think they were serious about this, but they're like, I need psychological help. And I explained to them I'm not a licensed professional. You know, I'm like, I'm not a licensed professional. I tell this to all of them because there's a lot of these people. And I don't have, like, training in anything. The only thing I really do is rationalizing. So, I get a call, and this guy's like, this one's weird because this one starts with this girl calls me and it's like, ring, ring, ring. And she's like, my husband force fed this girl to death. Oh my god, it's horrible. You need to talk to him. And I'm like, what? And then she puts her husband on and he's like, you tricked me into force feeding my wife to death once again. They're the victims and everything. I didn't trick you into anything, dude. I'm at work. And he starts telling me, like, he just goes on this weird rant that's all sideways, and they all do this. None of them can be straight talkers. None of them can talk straight and plain with you. It has to be bullshit. So he starts going on this rant about how I tricked him, and I start telling him I didn't fucking trick him into anything. And then he ends the conversation with, I'm not a malignant narcissist. I'm normal. It's up the phone. Okay. Another dude calls, and he's like, ring, ring, ring. And he's like, I got the diagnosis of being a malignant narcissist. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and he's like, I don't agree with insecurity. I'm not insecure. I'm anxious. Now, he's actually anxious because they drink lead. Lead makes you anxious. I'm not insecure. And that means I'm not a malignant narcissist. I was like, you can be missing a couple of the traits, but let's talk about you not being insecure. Like, how do you know you're not insecure? Like, do you murder people? And he's, sometimes, but I have to. Why do you need to murder people? And we have a back and forth, and this guy's kind of straightforward at first, and then he just starts leaning into, yes, he murders people, but it's not a control issue. He needs to. So I was like, so you're an addict. And we have a back and forth. And then I suggest getting a brain scan because they can scan your brain to let you know if you're an addict. And then I get a call from this other, and this one's a woman, a female. And she starts explaining to me she likes eating babies. Yeah. What? What? And I'm like, what? And then she explains to me that she doesn't believe she's a narcissist, but she needs to eat babies, so which I suggest getting a brain scan. The whole reason, I could be doing all these, like, if I did these in detail like I did, we would be here for fucking probably 50 videos. Because I'm at work driving pizzas back and forth and talking to these people while doing my job, while I have a destroyed brain. I can't do anything because my brain isn't working. I start getting frustrated with these people, so I start trying to talk them into killing themselves. And they keep trying to talk me into believing they're not a threat to society. And this keeps happening. Like, this isn't a fucking joke. Like, these people call, one of them's in love with the anal eating mummy woman. Like, and he starts explaining to me, like, Anybody that talks shit about her he kills them. And I realized, like, after getting them all on the phone, one morning I wake up and get them all on the phone, and they're all talking, and they're literally like the clique in school of jock douchebags. Like, there's the weird guy that likes the ugly women, and nobody's gonna argue with him because he'll kill you. And then there's the douchebag guy, and there's the nerd guy. They're literally like a high school fraternity, like or a college fraternity, and they think like a college, and they are just generic as fuck. But they're all like narcissists. So the dude that murdered one of his wives by force feeding her or whatever, he has like 10 wives or some shit, I don't fucking know. He calls, and we get into a battle of the brains, and this is the thing, everything is sideways with these people, and I just don't let him lie to me. That's it. It's as straightforward as that. So this guy's like, he's like, I'm the victim, and I was like, okay, let's talk about that. What are you the victim of? And it's white grievance. He goes on about how everybody wants to own slaves, okay? That's just a fact. Everybody wants to be worshipped. There's nothing wrong with that. And he's the victim because the white people used to own slaves, and then when he talks about it, nobody wants to let him own slaves, and all these things and all these bad things, and then he goes on about white entitlement and how he's entitled to owning slaves. He's entitled to a sex harem. He's entitled. Now it's Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And this is the thing with malignant narcissists. They're entitled to everything. And then he starts explaining to me it's not an entitlement. That this is just how things go. He's superior, and I then go, what makes you superior? And he was like, what? I was like, what makes you superior? Like, can you outrun everybody on the planet? Can you? And then he explains to me he can bullshit and lie. Get what he wants. He's really good at lying. And if you don't let him do what he wants, he'll send people out to murder you. And that doesn't make you superior. That makes you a dick. So I'm like, so you're willing to kill to get what you want? And he's like, yeah, and that makes me superior. I was like, so if somebody else had that same psychology and they just started murdering, then you would admit they're superior. And then he goes, no, I would kill that person before they could kill me. Paranoia. Part of being a malignant narcissist. This is the problem with these people, is everything's projection because they don't actually understand people. So they go, I'm willing to murder, kill, destroy to get what I want. Everybody's willing to murder, kill, to destroy and get what they want. And if they're not, I'll poison them with lead until they're willing to kill, murder, and destroy to get what they... And I'm like, dude, you're paranoid because you're an awful person and you're concerned that everybody else... I'm not paranoid. I'm tired of you. And he just goes on this fucking tear. And then I get the call, ring, and I got my brain scans. It's cool. I was like, well, what did the professionals tell you about your brain? And I'm not telling you. Okay. This dude calls it, the dude that loves the anal eating mummy. He's the only guy that tells me, he's like, I have the brain of a psychopathic addict. Yeah. He has the brain of a psychopathic addict. He's an addict. And I was like, wonderful. And I was like, I could use that because I've been talking to 10 other church leaders, okay, who all got brain scans and refused to tell me what was on them. So, ring. I got my brain scanned. I was like, did it say you were a psychopathic addict? No, it definitely did not say I'm a psychopath. It said I'm totally normal. It said I am completely, there isn't anything wrong with me, and I'm definitely not a narcissistic psychopath. Straight up fucking lying. Again. Like, dude, you can't make this shit up. So, like I said, I'm stupid. Like, my brain is destroyed by heavy metals, and these people are calling me. I don't know if they're actually trying to help me fix their problems, but the dude that murdered his wife has a solution for my bullshit because I don't let him lie. I don't let him get his way in every conversation. So he finally calls and he's like, I got this bitch. I got this. Tell her bitch. And some girl fucking comes on. He has a gun to my head and you're going to let me say what I want to say. And I was, okay. I'm not a malignant narcissistic psychopath. I didn't murder my wife. I'm not entitled to anything, and I don't go around threatening to kill people just to get what I want. Well, didn't say anything. Why aren't you talking? Why aren't you talking? You told me if I said anything to you, you're gonna kill that woman. And yeah. And I was like, and now you're threatening somebody to get what you want. I'm not threatening anybody to get what I want. You're threatening people to get what you want. And I was, what? Who am I threatening? And I'm sitting in my shitty delivery vehicle looking around. And he's like, you're threatening this woman with the gun. You're making me do this because you're not giving me what I want. And I was like, so you just do anything. I was like, let me put this in, when you want something. Yeah. I was like, let's say you want to win a race. Instead of actually running, working out, and training hard to win that race, you just murder the other people so that you can win the race. And I have to win the race. All that matters is winning. And I was like, buddy, anybody can win. I was like, but it's about the work done to win, okay? Like, you can win at anything by murdering other people. And I just start laughing. And stop laughing. I'll kill this bitch. You're gonna say I'm not a malignant narcissist. And I was, okay, you're not a malignant narcissist. And then he's, see, I'm better. I'm cured. Oh, ring, ring, ring. I heard you said that guy, he got better. You see, I can get better. I was like, that guy got better because he threatened to murder somebody if I didn't tell him he wasn't a malignant narcissist. I was like, are you going to threaten? He did what? Well, that's normal. That's not normal. Normal people don't fucking do that, okay? And this guy is like, well, you believe I have no other skills outside of being, I have other skills, and if you, and I was like, how much money do you get from the church? Oh, I get $90,000. It's actually closer to $1 million. Each of these people get $1 million from the church. Some of them get $2 million, some of them get $4 million. Okay, that's not a joke. And he's like, okay, I was like, so the church goes away, you're not getting that money anymore. What do you mean I'm not getting that money? The church is gone, they can't pay you that. I was, how are you going to live your life without that money? And he's, I'll get a job. I was, where are you going to work? Target? You're going to make $4 million at Target? He's, what? What do you mean if the church goes away, I don't get money anymore? And then he goes on about white entitlement. He's entitled to the money from the church. He doesn't care if it comes from human trafficking. He doesn't care if it comes from murdering people. He doesn't care. All fucking zero morals. He's entitled to it. It belongs to the house. Okay. These dudes keep calling me with my fucked up brain. They keep having me coordinate fucking murdering people too, which is extremely fucked up, but whatever, dude. Fucking. Yeah. And these calls keep fucking coming. These disgusting people keep trying to manipulate and lie to get me to say they're not malignant and then going, we're cured. And then finally this all culminates about 4 months later. I get the call, and the guy's like, so, we've been talking with you, and you've been helping us? He's so stupid. And, we're all better. We're no longer malignant narcissists, so you can turn yourself in and go to jail, and then we'll use your presidential pardon and get back into society. And I was... You do realize, like, all of you confess that you are codependent on the church and cannot actually survive without the church bringing you women, because you're emotionally stunted and can't connect with people. You can't do anything without the church's assistance, and every time you guys try to solve any problems, it's under threat. It, so if I get rid of the church, I want to know how you intend to solve your problem. I can solve the problems. You can solve the problems. I can. How? I'm not a malignant narcissist, okay? Um, I, I'm not codependent on the church. You're not codependent on the church. I just do everything under threat, okay? And I, I have skills. You have skills. I do. I can do other things, okay? What skills? Like, what is your money making skill? And some of these dudes do have real skills. They actually are really intelligent, and I'm not gonna dock them on that. But like, it's not a couple extra $1 million from the church skills that they're not gonna, dude. These people would be happier going to jail. Okay, and we have a back and forth for a minute, and then he starts explaining to me the issue is they have to be. This is probably the only time this guy's real. Mind you, this is 6 months of talking with these people, bullshit and lying. This one guy, one of the dudes, he's not even like one of the really weird ones. He goes, I'm the reason why I murder people. He's like, I thought about this, is because I'm tired of society. He's like, I'm tired of having to be perfect all the time. I'm tired of having to be a superior white being all the time. And he's like, and you have to follow these rules, and you have to, it's like walking on eggshells. I don't know what that is. And he's like, and I'm constantly anxious, I'm constantly tired. And I'm like, okay. But I have to be a superior white being. I have to be perfect. You don't have to be shit. What? You don't have to be shit. Buddy, I've just been Bobby my entire life, and it's worked out pretty good so far. And he's, oh. And I was like, is this like the thing with all of you guys? Is just you're fucking miserable from the church, but you also defend the church? The church doesn't make me miserable. It gives me things. It gives me women. It gives me people to kill. It gives me babies to eat. It's like, okay. Yeah. Just like an addict. The same thing that's killing you is the same thing that feeds you. I'm not an addict. I'm totally normal. Look, normal is a kind of suggestive thing. It's not abnormal, because what's normal for a spider is hell for a fly. And yes, arguably these malignant narcissists are normal because they exhibit all the traits of malignant narcissism. Trying to get therapy was completely impossible for them because they all kept fucking lying. I had this funny moment though, the church actually sent me out my own blue-eyed guy that was supposed to process my emotions for me, and I was like, that's a pointless and stupid fucking job. Why the fuck is the church paying you? Because I can process my own emotions. Obviously, because I'm not one of these people, I had to be adopted by that Doug Boyle guy to get to be the church leader. You know, I had to be adopted, so I wasn't groomed to be a malignant narcissist. So I don't have any of their hang-ups. And these guys start explaining to me fucking that, dude, it's just ridiculous. Because the whole goal was to get me to give them a clear bill of health and then turn myself in because nobody's a malignant narcissist that's gonna murder people.